everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about questions and answers. I always want to say thank you for keeping the questions coming. It's so great because, you give me food for thought. So I always say thank you. Thank you for tuning into the videos. Thank you for your heartfelt questions. And like I said, I will get to all of them. Just give me time, I promise. The first one I had received was from Laura S. And her question was, will I see my deceased cat, Toby, again when I pass on? It's a great question. Many times people ask me if I can make contact with animals, and the answer is always yes, I can. Animals have a soul just like humans do. The answer, I'll be honest with you, Laura, is yes, you will definitely see your cat. We are united not just with our human loved ones, but with our animal loved ones. Whether they're cats, cows, dogs, you name it, pigs, you name it, we will be reunited with them. And that's what's really nice. Many times I've had people tell me, I've dreamt of my dog, or I dreamt of my cat, or I dreamt of my bird. And was that real? Yeah, because animals have probably even a different energy, but a much stronger energy than we as humans do. So animals will come through, whether it's a scent that you smell them, a dream. I had a client who had a little poodle, and she kept hearing the little one's bell that was around her collar. Every morning when she would have coffee and she'd be sitting at her table, she would hear this do-do-do-do-do-do, and it was such a beautiful jingle. And I said, there you go. This is how your dog is communicating with you. Sometimes our animals will redirect us and have new animals come into our lives. Don't feel guilt, because seriously, that animal that has passed, their energy is so strong that they're redirecting that animal to you and you to that animal. As it's just such a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful gift that our pets give us. So I love the question. Thank you, Laura, for submitting it, and keep the faith. I know you miss Toby, but trust me, you will see Toby again. All right. The next question I had is from Wahalia. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. It's a pretty name. Are we ever a nuisance to our loved ones when calling on them out loud or to them? Great question. Love that one. No, the answer is no. Here's the thing that I want to say. Whenever I'm doing a session with a client, they always come through. Loved ones always will make their way. Who comes through, I can't tell you until I'm making contact with them, but trust me, they always come through. And the first thing I want to say is it's your energy that brings them. It isn't mine, it's yours. I'm just able to tap in. So I always say keep the level of communication within yourself, whether you speak out loud, whether it's within you, keep the level going. This is how our loved ones will communicate. Sometimes I will have a discussion, literally, with my father who passed, and he guides me left and right every day. Every day. I had a very dear friend who died of cancer, and I'm going to tell you, she guides me, she walks with me everywhere I go. I hear them, I feel them. The trick is to let them in. I've said this time and time again, don't micromanage what you think they should be telling us. Just be open, because they are going to come in with their own messages, but it's never a nuisance. I always say it's that invisible doorbell. Whenever we think of them, it sounds off a spiritual, energetic alarm, and they come. So just because sometimes you can't feel them, maybe you're trying too hard. And if you haven't felt them for a while, give it time. Maybe you haven't felt them because maybe you haven't made peace with whatever you're going through concerning that loved one. So I thought that was a great question. Thank you so much, Wahalia, for submitting that. I really liked it. The next question that I have is from Brenda W. Brenda is saying, what is a new soul? Great one. Love those. I love all your questions. It's amazing for me. A new soul, basically, we come in different levels. How many lifetimes do we have? That is what constitutes a new soul. If this new soul is pretty green and hasn't had a whole lot of experience, that is a new soul that hasn't lived from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. We come in different levels and we leave in different levels. So it's very, very important to understand the level of consciousness to a soul. So it's very important to understand that. Why you are here is different from maybe your mother's journey or your father's or your siblings or your spouse or your child or your best friend. Everybody is different to what they have to learn and what they have to experience based on prior lifetimes. So the degree of how many we have had is what constitutes a new soul. So when we see somebody that really doesn't get it or is just very pure to the point where there's not much that's resonating with experience, be patient. They'll get it in time. And that's what's wonderful, because God gives us as many chances as need be for us to experience what we need to experience and for us to get the message and the lesson right. Okay? So yes, we do have new souls, and a lot of times we have old souls, and like I said, the purposes are always different. And people always say, well, what? I always say, it's too much to talk about in a question. So I would say that if anybody wants to know their soul journey, that would be a time to make an appointment for that, because it's just too long and everybody's journey is different. And when I do sessions with people, I critique it only to you, not a statistic. It's always that I zoom in what I'm getting about you specifically. Okay? So I want to say thank you, Brenda, for that question. Great question. The last question I got was, what is the best way to pray? Love that. Probably that is the most enlightening question I have gotten. The best way to pray is to be real and to be honest, number one. Okay? You can't have an ego when you pray. But I always say, it's one thing to pray for what we want, but it's another for gratitude. Start your day with being grateful for having everyone around us, loved ones, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and Almighty God. I have to say that's very, very important. You start with gratitude. I constantly say thank you throughout my day. I do. When I have a nice client, I say thank you. When I've done a beautiful breakthrough with somebody, I say thank you. I say thank you when I open up my eyes in the morning and I get up. I say thank you. I say thank you for the abundance of love that is around me, and food and a roof over my head. I say thank you for my gifts the universe has restored into me. I always say, and when you pray to God or you pray to the angels to watch over you, a really good way to do it is envision a beautiful light. Take a deep breath and envision in deep, deep breath. Breathe in this beautiful light. It's very, very important, because when you breathe in all this light and you can visualize the light now going inside your whole body, that's a great time to be in connection with universe. And you can ask what you need. It's very important. But just remember, whatever your prayers are, always end your prayer with saying to whoever it is you're praying to, whether it's God, it's Jesus, it's the Blessed Mother, saints, archangels, angels, spirit guides, may God bestow God's richest blessings onto your spirit and soul each and every minute of the day. I thank you. You are asking God to bless them back. How beautiful is that? Gratitude can go so far when you are even praying to them, for their spirit and souls to be blessed. Okay? So this is very, very important. The way you want to pray is divine love and openness and gratitude. When you are humble, truly humble, and not anger, more things will come. A long time ago, I remember my mother saying to me, people always said to her, I pray all the time and I never get what I want. My mother said, you did get what, the answer was answered. And somebody said to my mother, well, how were my prayers answered when I didn't get what I wanted? My mother said, the answer was no. So whatever reason that God didn't give it to you, that's the reason. your prayer was answered. Redirect and try to find it a different way. Okay? So I hope this helped you. Keep the questions coming. Okay? There will be so much more coming. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to all of them. You will always see different things. I'm doing a lot more workshops, webinars. We'll be in sync. So I hope this helped you. I hope this has enlightened you. And keep the questions coming. And I thank you always for each and every one of you for subscribing to YouTube. All right? Have a good day. You take care. All the best. Bye-bye.